Live on YouTube.
Sir, yes, sir. All right, Siobhan. Siobhan. It's a nice light you got there. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and start the intro then. Which one is it? You see my screen or no? You see my screen, right?
Yeah, I do.
Everyone, I'm Savon Smith. I'm with Kelly. I'm Edmund W. Seminar is on www.founderplace.com. Donate at our PayPal link on our website or at our cash app at Lunchtime Founding Players 24. Or email SMI@gmail.com. For your donation, we are offering a 20% discount of your stay at Founding Players all the way from home in Columbus Heights, Costa Rica, Jamaica. Treat yourself to a well-deserved vacation with your 20% discount on your stay at our property. Please share our organization and property with your family and friends. Book with us. About us. We are an organization created to teach financial literacy to children and adults. Our seminars will educate people in areas such as managing credit, buying a home, life insurance. We want to use these financial seminars to educate otherwise not learning about these crucial topics. This is the home located in Costa Rica, Columbus Heights, the home away from home. A private hillside condo overlooking the beautiful bay and city view. A two-bedroom furnished apartment with kitchen, living room, and private balcony. Included are great amenities such as a pool, gym, Wi-Fi, and household utensils in the area. Take a few minutes drive to the famous William Hall. Visit the beach at the bottom of the hill and experience the casual and fine dining of the Bucket Margaritaville restaurant. You can take the time and read the Boulevard testimonials at the bottom of our Airbnb. Book with us. Thank you, everyone. Look forward to Found in Place. Stay tuned.
The name of the organization came from 6 founding players of the Savon's Academy Stars basketball program. Savon's Academy was created to use basketball developing winners on and off the basketball court. These 6 founding players were the foundation of SAS. We want to pay respect to these players as their lives continue after basketball. So what better opportunity than to stay involved in these players' and parents' lives for a lifetime? So we are proud to call the organization Founding Players and to educate others by teaching financial literacy.
All right, and we're back. Unmute Savon, unmute your mic. Ed, what's going on, brother?
Okay.
It's hustling, but it's doing a lot of things right now.
Savon,
Yeah,
how
man.
you
How's everyone?
How you guys been?
tired, bro? Been a rough week. Looking forward to the weekend.
I'm looking forward to next May.
It's coming. Soon come.
Man,
I didn't hear what you said, Ed.
I said I'm looking forward to next May.
Forward to the next what?
May.
Yeah. Anyway, man, I've been here trying to run around, get some things done. Been kind of hard, with the quarantine. Can't get too much done.
I got you.
Can't really go out there. Huh?
I got you. I said,
Can't really go out that much.
so you should tell everybody where you
anyway.
at.
Oh, well, I'm in Jamaica, Ocho Rios, Jamaica, at our home. So I'm gonna walk around in a few and just like show the home.
Okay.
A few minutes. But like I was saying, can't really go out that much. There's nothing much to do. Gotta stay, inside. Go out for a few things and come back. So I haven't been able to really do a lot. But definitely gonna walk around a little bit. Gonna walk around in a few and kind of came around the place a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I'm gonna start walking around. The living room behind me.
So you can show everyone what you're going to get with the prize.
Yeah. Turn this phone around. See the outside?
Yep. So that's the balcony view.
Yeah.
The first balcony, the lower balcony, overlooking the other complex. And I think the pool is right down the hill, and overlooking the town. And then out there is actually the beach and the sea right there, where the ships dock.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back inside. See it?
Savon, what is it? It's a 2-bedroom?
So this is the living room. Yeah, the living room. Right now we could only see one bedroom. The other one is kind of occupied. Peter is in there. So the kitchen area.
Kitchen, and then the 2 bedrooms, which is upstairs.
All right, I'm gonna go upstairs. So these are the stairs. Yeah. I'm gonna go straight to the master bedroom.
And that's a king size bed.
You see it good?
Let me see it. Default.
Afternoon.
Okay.
Huh?
No, we didn't see it. It was kind of frozen for a second. So it's 2 full bath 2 rooms upstairs and half a bathroom
I'm gonna go outside.
downstairs.
That's the other bedroom right there. He's outside.
So that's the top balcony.
See it? This is the roof.
Yeah, he kind of froze a little bit. Froze. Did we lose him? Oh, there we go. Yep, so that's the top balcony coming out from the bedroom, the master bedroom, and also the other bedroom is also a door out there. You're muted, Mark. And Savon, you're muted. You have to unmute.
Can you hear me?
No, he's muted.
Savon, we can't hear you. Savon, we can't hear you.
All right, I'm back downstairs. They kept kicking me out. This is the outside.
That's the front entrance.
Yep. All right, but I'm sitting back down. And I got the raffle tickets right here in front of me.
That's what we're waiting for. The raffles.
I'm gonna actually take them out. Mix them up, then put them back in. There's gonna be a lot going on here.
Take them out, mix them up, and put them back in.
Watch. Watch and learn.
Watch and learn. You hear that, Mark? Watch and learn.
I'm watching.
I guess
don't know how much I'm learning.
I guess he's playing dominoes right now.
I don't know how much I'm learning, but I'm watching. Okay. We're watching. We're watching you.
You watching. You watching.
I'm gonna spotlight you, so we can see you. Now all eyes are on you.
I was like, what the heck is that? Going across the screen. But see that?
You're the man of the hour. You're the man of the hour.
Everything is stirred up. All right. Now it's going back in the bottle.
Yeah, you gotta fire your cameraman.
Huh?
Fire your cameraman.
See that? Close it up. Oh, slide on me.
They're gonna mix it up again.
Yes, sir. Can't go wrong. See?
Okay. I think he's muted again. Okay. All right. Okay, it's mixed. It's
I think-
mixed and mixed.
I was thinking going Facebook Live with this one too.
What did you
Come on,
say,
man.
Mark? What did Mark
It's
say?
mixed. It's mixed and it's remixed.
Yeah.
Oh,
You-
okay,
you
exactly.
did a domino shuffle on that one.
Yeah. All right. Now it's time to pick, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Here we go. It's on me.
Here you go.
Can't go wrong.
And it's stuck in a jar.
All right, I'm picking. My hand can't come out.
The winner is who's that? Can't see it.
Janine Farrell. Congratulations, Janine.
Janine,
Congratulations.
congrats to Janine for winning the raffle. All right. You have it. You get your, was it 3 nights? 3
Thank you
days?
guys, everybody that's donated to it. And I don't know, Savon, anything else you want to say?
Thanks, like you just said, thanks to everyone, you know, for participating. And we appreciate you guys. You know, continue to support what we do. We're a financial literacy teaching program, and we want to share what we do to others. So just keep on sharing us. You know, we got a lot of things on the rise, and this is just a start. So we will be doing other things, rapping other things as well. But we'll let you guys know. But congratulations to Janine.
All right. So Sunday, we're on Sunday for the game.
Yeah. And Ed, you got anything?
No, congrats to our winner, and we'll reach out to them as soon as we can, and we'll schedule the days that person will be available to come down.
Sounds like a plan. Well, with that being said, I'm here a couple more days. I'm going to continue to work on the place, do what I can do.
All right. Yep. So, be safe out there.
Be safe, have fun.
What's that?
I said, be safe and have fun.
Yes, be safe and have fun.
Quick question: Was there people joining us out there? I haven't looked.
We had like 3 some watching.
A couple people watching.
Okay. All right. So for those of you who participated and who was watching, thank you. And you guys have yourself a nice night. And we'll talk again soon.
Yeah, and I guess we have to look forward to the next one another time. Huh? I said we have to look forward to the next one.
Yes, exactly. With that being said,
he took my signature. He did that shit.
and we are.
All right, guys, we are here. We are here. We are here. Another edition of Common Players. Filling in for a couple of people. Me and Evan, we're filling some big shoes this week.
Yeah, I don't know what's up.
So,
I'm
on the technical side. Evan's doing what he does best, riding the spotlight.
Welcome everyone.
The CEO mogul that he is, doing what he does best, and again we're back for a remix, for a redo. We got Miss Anitris Dowden. Yeah.
Hello.
But before we get any further, I guess we're waiting for we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into the intro. Savon, we're gonna jump right into the intro.
Yes, sir.
Published author. I have 2 novels out right now, Dreamtini Dream Teeny 2, The Reality. I also have 2 poetry books out, Pieces of Me and Simply Me.
Great, amazing. Amazing. Marvin, do us a favor and jump in, please. Marvin.
Thank you. Give me a second, bro. I'm getting it, man. Anitris, we want to thank you so much for joining us here. And, you joined us last week and we had a lot of technical difficulties. So we wanted to definitely come back in and do it again. So again, thank you for coming in to our platform and just joining us. It's important that what we're trying to do is we're definitely trying to create a venue, a program where we can, provide financial literacy as well as just overall information to a lot of youth. And, this platform allows us to do a lot of things. And I think some of what you're doing in terms of pursuing your passion is very important in terms of encouraging other young minds to, go ahead and pursue things that they want to do, So my first question is, when did you first realize that you wanted to pursue your passion in writing? When did you realize that you wanted to, it was more than just like a hobby per se?
When I started doing open mics, I've been writing since I was 9. I've been writing since I was 9. I've been writing poetry since I was 9. And it wasn't until my early 20s that I became comfortable with sharing my poems with other people. And in early 2002, I started doing open mics. And when I was sharing my poems with other people, it started to spark a conversation. Either someone was going through what I was going through, or somebody had already went through what I had gone through, or what I was going through. So it sparked that conversation. And it was at that point, it was just like, you know what? Why not try to see if I can get these poems published and share with more people? Because I'm not the only one, going through whatever it is that I was going through. So it was at that point. So around 2001, 2002 is when I decided, like, you know what, this is what I want to do. And that's where I started.
So awesome.
Okay, great. Anitri, I've known you, grew up with you in, a town called Spring Valley. Wonderful life that we had there. So it's a pleasure to see that, you're inspiring people with your book. So I want to ask you, how many books have you written so far?
4.
4. And what are those names of those books?
Dream Teeny 2, The Reality, Simply Me, and Pieces of Me.
Dream Teeny 1 and 2. Repeat the next 2 again.
Pieces of Me and Simply Me.
Simply Me.
And Pieces of Me.
Got it. Just taking notes. Appreciate that. Evan.
Okay.
Evan, your mic.
My bad. So I need to definitely, I want to thank you for coming on with us again. Obviously last week, we didn't feel like we did it justice. And obviously we were in the midst of, blackout. And so I'm just glad that you could join us again here this Wednesday. There's a lot of stuff that we want to ask you and really just didn't get the chance or the opportunity to be able to do so. And I do want to let you know I caught my Dream Teeny book today.
Awesome.
Okay, so
Thank you.
off of Amazon, so you should see that coming up in your account shortly if you haven't done so already. No doubt. And so, obviously I want to talk about the fact that you have 4 books. 2 of them are poetry books and the other 2 are novels, I guess, more or less, right? And so for you, you said you started out writing poetry first and foremost, right? So I'm just thinking out loud, like, what led you to decide that you wanted to start writing a novel as opposed to just continuing along with your poetry work?
Okay, so I tried to get the poetry published, and the route that I took, the route that I was taking then, I would have had to pay. Well, I did pay And once I was going through the process, I was like, you know what, let me educate myself about the process as I go through the process. And I learned that marketing and promoting poetry would be really hard. And so it was just like, okay, I won't be able to do it that way because I wasn't I'm not a well-known poet. My name is not Maya Angelou, or I'm not Sonia Sanchez. And so I went back to a short story that I wrote. And that short story turned out to become Dream Teenie and Dream Teenie 2.
Now, I haven't yet, so it was more or less just the course, you know, just what you were learning along the way. You started off thinking like you could publish poetry, but just recognize that it'd be much of a hurdle and just decided to go into the lane of short stories. Okay, so now I guess the follow-up question to that is, I haven't read the book yet, obviously, because I just purchased it today. So did you kind of infuse your poetry in Dream Teenie?
Nope. I just, like I said, it was a short story. It was a short story. The short story is actually in Dream Teenie. It's the wedding rehearsal dinner. That was the short story. So that was my starting point. So it was like, okay, now I have to figure out how to get to that point and then, you know, go from there. But that was Dream Teenie 2, short story that turned into 2 novels.
Gotcha. So no thoughts of combining your poetry in any sort of future novels that you might be thinking about, just kind of merging both worlds?
Actually, yes, there is one poem that I wrote that is in another book that I will write.
Okay.
So there are, some poems will go into, future novels, but there's one poem in particular that will go into a novel.
And the reason I'm asking, because just the other day, and I'm sure everyone will remember this, but I was watching Poetic Justice, and it kind of like it's a poetry love story, you know what I mean? Just but interwoven within a storyline and with Janet and Pop and so forth. So I just thought that the book itself, you know what I mean, whatever the future book is, I mean it's very much in that same vein, because that was very much a poetry love story.
Yeah. And that's how the novel that I'm talking about in particular, it's not titled yet, but it is a love story, like a tragic love story though.
Gotcha. All right, I got some more questions, but I mean, I don't want to hog up the time here. You know what I mean? I'm interested. I'm intrigued by what you've been able to do and accomplish, Arnitra. So, kudos to you. But I'm gonna give some other people some time, some space, and I'll come back in.
All right.
We appreciate that, Evan.
Thanks, Evan. We appreciate it. It's not the Evan show. Thanks. So I need to make it. You had a lot of. That was a one question, but that was like a multifaceted question that involved a number of different layers that we had to peel back. So that was pretty good, man.
She handled it.
And she did, as we expected her to.
All day today. I've been doing interviews all day today.
Oh, it's like that. Wow. Well, we're honored that you spent some time with us this evening.
I have.
So just kind of pulling away from the work specifically, and just I wanted to delve in a little bit into what is your process? Do you have a specific process when you are beginning to write, or when you're trying to create? Is there a process for you that you have to go through? Is there something that you have to be in a mood, or you have to prepare in a certain way, or you just kind of, I feel it inspired and I just write?
When the idea comes, I just take notes and then do an outline. And then when I'm ready to actually work on that idea, I dive ahead and I'm all in. But it's just like the idea comes, and then like I said, I take notes, I do an outline, And then when I'm ready to actually work on that project, I can go all in. So it's like when the ideas come, I write them down. I might not, work on it at that moment. It could be 6 months, a year later that I go back to an idea and then, do the notes and do the outline, try to figure it out. And as I write, I figure it out as I go.
And just to piggyback on that one question, do you work on multiple projects at a time, or do you find yourself working one project at a time?
There are times where I could be working on one project and get an idea for another project, and I'll start working on that other project and go back to what I was working on. Like, for instance, right now, I'm trying to finish up The Tales of Kayla and KK, which is the next novel. But I have an idea for another poetry book. So it's like I'm trying to bring that together and then work on the novel at the same time. But like now I need to just focus on the novel and then go back to the poetry book once I'm done with the novel. So it's like I can work on both, but like I'm learning that each project needs its own energy, its own time, and I can't be working on anything else. But sometimes I can't help it.
Gotcha.
All right. Okay, so I'll jump in. To Marv, you asked the question. I was going to ask another question, but I'll just tie it in. Based off of what Marvin just asked you, I wanted to ask you, do you ever have writer's block? And if not, how do you create new work?
My mind is constantly going, so I'm always thinking of ideas. But if I don't really get writer's block, but when I do, I just walk away from whatever it is that I'm working on, then I go back to it.
Yeah. Okay. And the reason why I asked, because I remember we touched on this last week, which is why I said, if you had writer's block, because you mentioned that you don't really have writer's block.
No, I enjoy writing. So I guess maybe that's why I don't get writer's block, but if and when I do, I just walk away from whatever it is that I'm working on, do something else, and then go back to it.
No
but it's
problem.
rare that I get writer's block. It's rare that I get writer's block.
Yeah, that's great, because I remember me and Marv, we used to sing together, and we wrote songs, and I don't think we ever experienced having writer's block, right, Marv?
Yeah, well, I think that in part boils down to when you're writing about something that you're passionate about. Like you said, you love writing, and I think this might have been one of your questions or something that you were tying into, Salon. Like when you're writing, is your writing based on like reality, or like is it based off of real life? Like, I think that also, if you're playing on life experiences, it also helps in terms of writing. It's not like creating a fantasy novel or something like that.
Yeah, well, the poems that I write, those are all me, my emotions. With the novels, I try to incorporate real life into it, but not a lot, if that makes sense. Like I try to give loosely based, very loosely based. But like I try to incorporate real life situations in what I write when I'm writing my novel.
And I think if you follow that route, there's just so much to write about. Like, like everyday life, like, there's just so much that you can see that you can incorporate into stories. Yeah.
And that's what I like to do. Like I see things and then I'm like, you know what, that's not a bad idea. But instead of this can happen. I just switch up the scenarios.
Yeah, and I was gonna, based off of what Marvin jumped in and said, I was gonna ask, was the characters inspired by real persons, which you touched on last week as well, but we just want to hear that answer again.
Yeah, my the main character, I kind of loosely base it with me. Try to give her my sarcastic ways, my attitude. I take, with the supporting characters, I take things from friends. I take a little bit from people that I know to kind of give them more life, so you can relate to the character. Like, oh, I have a friend like this, or I know a person like this,
So which characters are based off of?
getting nothing.
Nah, Mark.
No, I'm not in the books. Oh man, I thought I had that much of an impact in your life that I would at least make it in one of the books. But you know.
If you ever read a character who is the main character's friend, they go jogging, they get ice cream together, they watch wrestling, they cook.
Right.
That would be it.
That would be
Mark.
Okay.
That would be Mark.
So
I'm gonna be looking out for you, Mark. When I read the book, I'm gonna be looking out for you.
There you go. There you go. Look out for me. So currently, I don't know if you're. I guess my question is: are you currently writing full time? Like, is this your full time gig at this point?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. And then I guess to piggyback onto that, and I'll let Evan jump in with a question. How did you transition? And I think we touched on this a little bit last week as well. How did you transition from kind of working full time to kind of pursuing your passion?
I had to make a choice. Like, what is it that I want to do? What is it that I really want to do? Do I want to work a 9 to 5, or do I want to be a writer, an author, an accomplished writer, or accomplished author? What do I want to do? And so it came down to me saying, you know what, I have to follow my dream. I came this far. Previously, I had hurdles. It's like I stopped writing for a long period of time, and then it was just like, you know what, I'm not happy. So I need to do what makes me happy. And so, and then, with COVID, makes life a whole lot easier. Not, but with the decision.
Definitely.
Hey, Evan, before you go, I wanted to mention that the character is me. I got to be one of the characters.
Yeah. Okay.
No? Come on, all of the fantasy football games, I didn't even make it. Didn't make the cut. Oh,
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
You mean all the times that I won? No.
Nope.
That's one what? Did you win?
The games.
Want to win some credit for your?
What did you win? You didn't win anything.
Want to win some credit for your phone?
Right.
Mark, that's a good one.
Right.
Maybe the next one.
Right. Well, Evan, before we jump into your question, Evan, I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple of promos in here.
All right.
Want to win some credit for your phone? Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe so you can be notified. Come play Family Feud. Join us on YouTube. Thank you for your subscription to our YouTube channel. It was amazing to see, September was selling out the store. The sellout in November, Thanksgiving, sold out. We had people hitting on Instagram, saying, hey, I went to the store in Manhattan, it was like Christmas, it sold out.
All right, we're back.
All right. I'm up to bat. So, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about and get a chance to ask you here, Arnitris, is the business side, because I typically like to focus on the business side of everything. So, and I know that, wearing multiple hats as a writer, it's got to be challenging at times, because obviously you got the creative side, then you also got the business side. And so I guess one of the questions I wanted to ask you is, when you write, is it merely just focused on the creative side of things, or do you also think, all right, well, how am I going to market this, the business side of it, like, how will this be received by my audience and so forth, and how am I going to position it and market it? Do you do that too, or is it kind of more or less your process is I'm writing, then once I'm done writing with the creative process, then I'm going to look at, okay, well, how do I market it? What's the business side of it, in terms of the audience and so forth. So curious.
I write, and then once I'm at the point where I think I'm done, that's when I think of the business side of, okay, how do I need to market it? What do I do? You know, what do I need to do? Do I need to start promoting it now, or do I wait a little bit? It's kind of hard because like I'm my own person, and I'm doing everything myself. You know, the business side and then the creative side. So I've learned along the way to kind of set a schedule. So if a book is taking me, it depends on the draft. If I'm on draft, I do 5 drafts. So if I'm on the 3rd draft, that's when I start deciding, okay, how do I need to market? How do I need to start promoting? You know, what sites do I need to hit up? You know, there are different sites where I can do author interviews and then promote the book as well. So it just depends on where I am in the writing process. And I go from there on the marketing and the promoting. But like now I'm discovering that like I need to write on a Monday, focus on the business on a Tuesday, go back to the writing on a Wednesday, business Tuesday. I need to schedule those days so that everything works. Because it's hard. Okay. It's hard.
Absolutely. So, you know, something Marvin had mentioned earlier with regards to the overall transition, because you're a full-time writer now, right? So, just so our audience understands, you know, the X's and O's, because, you know, some people might get the impression that, you know, all right, you know, I want to write, so I'm just going to, you know, quit my job tomorrow so I can write. And so I'm sure there had to be a process, and it's not something that you just kind of thought lightly of, and it was a process in the making, you know, an evolution, if you will, to get to that point as to where you could make that decision and say, you know what, I'm going to write full time, as opposed to, you know, having to split my time, work, write. So just walk us through, like, you know, what that evolution was, because I'm sure it wasn't just day and night. You know, it wasn't just one day you woke up and said, you know what, I'm done with working and I'm just going to write full time. So, you know, did you gradually move to that space, and how did you gradually move to that space?
It took a lot of back and forth of, you know, that back and forth conversation with myself. Like, okay, can I do this? Can I not do this? You know, will it work? Will it won't work? You know, I just had to have a conversation with myself. Is it something that I want to do, or something that I'm just doing just to do? And it's like, no, it's not something that I'm doing just to do. I have goals. There are things that I want to do. I want to have, within 5 years, I want to have 2 shows on TV. That's my goal. So in order for me to do that, I need to put all my focus in the writing. And so that you know, have to save, there are things that you have to do. You have to save your money, you have to make sure that, you know, financially you can do it. But if financially you can't do it, then you still have to work until you financially can. But for me, it's like I have goals, and so in order for me to reach those goals, I need to be in this all the way. Not 50%, not 80%, but 100%.
Right. But clearly you saved. You know what I mean? Like you stacked some chips before you decided to make your exit.
Yeah.
Okay. And one thing I want to make sure that the audience is kind of aware of, you know, like there's a process in which somebody comes to an eventual point of working on their business full time. And it's not, hey, today I woke up and I just want to write. And, you know, especially when you've got family, you've got kids, you know, you got a significant other. I mean, there's obligations and responsibilities that you have to always be mindful of, you know, as you're making your evolution to the space that you want to be. So now, just one question here, and you know, I'll one more question.
Just one?
Yeah, one more question. Oh. So, you know, I understand the goal, 5-year goal, in terms of, you know, eventually having 2 shows. So have you started looking at, script writing, you know, just kind of looking what that process looks like as you're, you know, currently a full-time writer? So, I mean, is that part of your strategy right now, doing some scripts and more or less pitching them just to kind of see if, you know, what the interest is like? And just to kind of find out the process too. You know what I mean? Because I mean, there's a different process by way of writing a novel, or by way of writing for TV, or writing for movies, or I mean, there's a different process for all of that.
I started that process in 2005. When I started learning about the publishing industry, like you said earlier, you know, and I said it last week, you know, I just thought you submit to a publisher and the publisher either says yes or they say no. I didn't know there were so many other things behind, you know, that so many other things that you have to do. Like writers have agents. I didn't know that. I queried about 21 different publishers and agents. Half of them said no. And then the other half were just like, okay, send in your synopsis in either the first 3 chapters or the full manuscript before they said no. After I got all those no's back, it was just like, I felt defeated, but I wasn't defeated. And then I just asked myself, you know, well, what is it that you want to do? And I said, eventually I want to write for TV. You know, I want to create my own TV show. I want to write a movie. And I got, a couple of days later, I got a screenwriter conference catalog in the mail. And I looked over the catalog. It looked like I had that catalog for maybe 6 months. I had only had it for like a week. And I ended up going to the conference out in LA. After that conference, everything that I learned there, I was able to come back and apply it to Dream Teeny. Dream Teeny was originally titled Killer Martini. When I would tell people the title, everybody thought it was like a murder mystery book, and it was like, no, it's a romance book. So at the conference, I learned about, you know, titles. You know, your title has to fit your genre. And so from there, I kept going back. Whenever they had a conference out in LA, I was there, learning about, you know, the movie industry and the TV industry. So I started learning back then, you know, pitching different ideas to different production companies. And so, but I actually got something brewing.
All right, good.
So Anitris, I know you've done these books, and you've kind of bypassed, if I'm not mistaken, you've bypassed like the big publishers like the Simon and Schusters, and you kind of have a process, or you've learned throughout this process in terms of how to get your content out, right? Is that kind of like how do you go about getting your books published when you're done with your 5 drafts and everything else, and you're ready to move towards publishing?
I do the self-publishing route. Through Amazon. I also go through Lulu. Lulu makes it available where Amazon won't make it available. So I use those two to, you know, publish my books. I went the self-publishing route. So when I'm ready to publish, I go to Lulu, I publish my book on Lulu. They get them to Barnes & Noble for the Nook, and then for the Apple for the iBookstore, and then for Kobo. They also do Amazon, but I deal with Amazon separately from Lulu.
I would assume that you gain higher returns from doing the self-publishing route as opposed to going through the major publishers.
Yeah. You know, major publishers, they're taking a percentage, and then, you know, whatever you don't make, you know, somehow they have to recoup what they put in. So it's like, okay, if your marketing strategy doesn't work and you know you're losing, so it's like with me, I'm working on my own schedule. I can price the book I want it to, you know, however I want to price it, and then, you know, get my return. So even though it's not a lot of work, but it works out for me. It works for me. And it's easier.
Okay, Mark, jump into 2 commercials real quick, then I'll come back and I'll stay on the topic as marketing on the business side of things that Evan brought up.
name is Imani Jones. I'm the founder of FYID NYC. We're carrying the show today for Pecan.
My name is Edwin Bellevue, representing Pecan. Pecan is a French Creole dialect meaning to be fresh. We turned that word into be fresh and cool. Our slogan is fresh style, fresh attitude. Your style is what you put towards your clothes, and the attitude is what you put towards your clothes as well. And this is what we represent. Let's go. You better move. 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 Louis my shoes. What am I with? On 22. I said that I had to shoot. It's like my bag. She gonna shoot. That is my shoe. I get the blue. Banana clip. Still with the shoe. I'm like, but the goose, if I say shoot, they gonna shoot. No, I'm not sweet. I just got flipped. Don't need no water to mix up this juice. They say why your chain it look like a choker. That's for the space they had to win the juice. No, you can't cuff me, baby, let me loose. The way that I did it, baby, that's a rule. That's a guy that it came with a rule. What was the big cross, not the rule.
Yes, shout out to our business partner, Edwin Bellevue and Rod, for their Frecon commercial. Shout out to our partners. We want to touch on the marketing. Here at Founding Players, we like to say, together teamwork makes the dream work. And Anitri will definitely love to have a commercial running for you as well, where it gives us an opportunity to promote your product, promote your book, to our audience. So how would you love to have a commercial going with us to promote your book? Speaking on marketing.
I would love that.
Well, we got to get that done. So anything that you could turn over to us, that way we can put a commercial together for you. So we can, the same way you just saw those commercials, we want to put you in the lineup as well. And
okay.
To touch on also another commercial that we run on the platform, which is Slaughter Joseph and his Blue Royale liquor. Slaughter Joseph mailed me his liquor, as well as he mailed.
But he didn't do that. We got it, but you didn't mail it.
Oh, okay. All right. But listen, I received it, and what I did, I called Slaughter, and I said to him, listen, there's a couple stores that I go to support. So what I did was told him, was it okay for me to go and speak to those stores and see if we could get this product in the stores? And he said that he does have distribution here in Florida. And if I could do that for him, it would be much appreciated. So one hand always washes the other. So I'm going to go to a couple stores throughout the state and see if we can get his product in the stores. So same thing we want to do, for you as well, to push your book.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I would love that.
No problem.
I had a quick question. Savon, you asking the question? I had a quick question. I need to jump in here.
No, go ahead.
All right. It's all good. I'm coming locked and loaded with the questions today, Arnitris. All right?
Okay.
So,
all right, come on.
All right, cool. So in terms of your audience, your community, how are you growing that? Because where can people go to necessarily follow you? Is it IG? Do you do Facebook groups? How can anyone who's a fan of your work, can continue to have a dialogue and a conversation with you, and still follow your work?
They can, I'm on IG majority of the time I'm on Instagram. So I'm at Dowdy Writes on Instagram. Twitter, same handle, at Dowdy Writes. And then, you know, I collect email addresses and send them a newsletter. So that's how I connect with my readers, my fans.
How do you collect? I missed that part. How do you collect email addresses?
If I go to an event or if I speak to somebody who's
Gotcha.
interested in, you know, reading a book or finding out more, I'll ask for their email and be like, okay, can I send you? I have a newsletter, so can I send you the newsletter through the email? And that way,
Gotcha.
or, you know, like I connect with people on Instagram or Twitter. I spend a lot of time on Instagram and or Twitter. And both of the handles are at Dowdy Writes.
Gotcha. All right, share that again with the audience and a lot slower this way so they can make sure that they get it down. And maybe we can put that in the chat too as well, just so they can know how to follow you.
I'm at Dowdy, D-O-W-D-Y, Writes, both on Twitter and Instagram.
Cool deal. So, I didn't hear you mention Facebook groups, you know, where, you know, there's a lot of writer groups, you know, that's usually on Facebook. And, you know, I know some writers who utilize these Facebook groups as a way to market as well, and as a way to connect with their community, grow their community. I mean, is that something that you've thought about, or, you know, spent time, you know, looking at some of these particular groups, or maybe even in fact starting your own group?
I've looked into them. I'm actually a part of maybe about 2 or 3 groups. I have to research it more to see if it'll work for me, because that does take a little bit of time. So I have to figure that part out. But I gotta see if it'll work for me. But I have thought about it.
Gotcha.
So I have a question. What advice would you give like up and coming writers or young people? Because I know this program is geared towards a lot of youth. So if you have somebody that's young that's interested in writing, or what advice would you give them, or what would you tell them in terms of if they wanted to pursue writing as a career?
Keep writing. Don't stop. You have a story that needs to be told, and only you can tell your story, how it needs to be told. So I would say don't stop writing. Keep writing. But if it's something that if writing is something that you really want to do, be passionate about it. And like I said, keep writing, because there will be times where you're just like, you know what, I don't even want to write anymore. Like I've had those moments, but if I enjoy it, it's my passion, I keep going. So just keep writing. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. You have a story. Your story is unique, and only you can tell the story the way that it needs to be told. Nobody else can write your story for you. That goes with anything. If you're passionate about anything, keep doing it. Practice, 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 practice. You have to keep doing it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Practice. We talking about practice?
That's why I didn't want to go there.
Oh, boy. You know, it's like her favorite basketball player in life, right? Like that's her man crush right there, AI.
Hey, you know that line is gonna stay with him forever.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question for you, Anitra. Figure I'll ask this. What are your thoughts on me calling this organization Founding Players, based off of the fact that these are the players that helped to build my Savants Academy Stars basketball program? I know you've been watching and seeing what I've been posting over the years. So what are your thoughts on me calling the organization Founding Players, based off of the founding players of the Savants Academy program?
I think that's awesome. You guys are the founding players, so why not?
Yeah, makes sense,
like,
right?
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, why not? If you're the founding players, why not name it after you guys? It's not like one person is geared towards like one person. Like the academy, your All-Star Academy, that's you. But then you guys branch off into other things, but you guys work together, founding players. It's perfect.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I had a vision, you know, and it was grow. We all grow. We all was kids once, you know, and we're here now, and we got, you know, plenty more to go. So that's one of the reasons why I love doing what I do, helping people, because anytime that you can see a baby go from a baby to a child to an adult, that's amazing feeling, you know. So I always had the vision, you know, of it's not where you start, it's where you finish. You know, you have to have goals. You got to set those. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So last week we put you on the spot. We wanted to hear a piece, but you know, it was kind of in the dark, and we had a lot of technical difficulties. So I'm putting you on the spot again, and seeing if you can share some of your poetry with us. I figured you'd be prepared this time since we already put you on the spot last week.
Yeah.
You need a second? I can shoot to another commercial if you need a second.
Yeah, I need a second.
I got mad questions too.
Oh, okay. I got mad questions. Go for it, Evan. Go for it.
Hey.
But wait.
Don't forget, we gotta keep it at a certain. Don't forget that. But Marv, jump into the question when Evan come back. You know, he can do what he do. But Marv, skip to something. You know what I mean.
It's spinning over here. Oh man, we have some technical difficulties over here. I don't know what's going on, man.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. I think we back. Hold on. I made sure I ran it. Very grown, I stay behind. Whoa, anywhere I go. What happened? Oh, is that?
Make it in business, you need that support system, and you need the right people around you. Those positive people, those people that are always encouraging you, the people that believe in you. Negativity is only gonna bring you down in any business you're doing. And you also need to believe in yourself. In everything that you're doing, you have to believe in yourself. And you have to be able to going through the storm. Because in every single business, there's some hurricanes, there's some tornadoes, there's some earthquakes. You just get back up. You just get back up and fall life. So, but that's pretty much it.
Hey, where's my Ki, Kaden? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I want to hear a lot of Ki, Xavier. Shit. Oh, come on, Corey, you lot, you. Yeah, man. Notice.
All right. Are we back? Or did I pull a rod?
We're back. I think so.
Are we back?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'll pull a rod. We're back.
I think so.
We're back.
Sorry, there was delay because the YouTube was still on. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm a newbie. All right, we back at it. And from what I understand, I didn't play the videos. Nobody told me that the video wasn't playing. I can't hear you, Savon.
Savon, you muted.
Oh, I was saying, check your message. I had your back.
Yeah, I didn't see it. My bad. It's all good.
Yes, sir.
So, okay, so, you know, one of the questions, last question, I promise.
It's okay.
All right, so, you know, Marvin had mentioned the fact of, you know, what you would tell the youth, and I think one of the themes I got out of this conversation here today with you was tell your story, you know, and don't be bashful about sharing your story and whoever that is, whatever that is, and pursuing your passion. So, you know, if somebody were to ask you in terms of like, you know, your messaging, your brand, you know, if you will, I mean, like, could you kind of define that in a few words in terms of what that looks like and what that is?
It's a love brand. I love writing about love and everything that comes with love. The hurt, the pain, the happy, the good, the bad, the sex, all of it.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, I have a love brand. I'm like like I said, I had an interview earlier and, you know, they asked me the same question. I'm one of those soft romantics. I believe in happily ever afters. I believe that there's somebody out there for everybody. You know, I believe in love. So, and that's what I write about.
Give it up for love. I want to see some hearts in the chat.
All right, so you had the chance there to pull up some material. You ready to hit us with something?
I guess, I suppose. Where'd it go? It's called The Avenue. Sometimes I just want to give up, but then I remember that I can't. It's not the streets that call me, it's the avenues that shout out to me. They call since they offer me more, but it feels like I'm just walking around taking a tour. When I think I'm at the end of that avenue, it just gets longer. My urge to go on suddenly gets stronger. Damn, I love the avenues.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Hey, you know what? We're gonna have to do what Evan did. We're gonna have to go on Amazon.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you, Evan. Appreciate you for putting that out there.
And on Amazon, you can pick up not only Dream Teenie, but she has Dream Teenie 2. And what are the other 2 books that you have on Amazon?
Pieces of Me and Simply Me. And
you got the special? Huh? You got the special? You get 4 for 2?
Nah, there's no bundle package. No bundle package. Amazon doesn't do that for you, Marvin.
No bundle.
Yeah, okay.
Could you what?
Go ahead, Anitris, go ahead.
I'm gonna say, you know, Pieces of Me and Simply Me, it shows how vulnerable I am. Like, I open up in those books. So it's like I've gone through things and I give you the poem, but I also give you the backstory to how that poem came about. Like, I share things that, like, I didn't think I would share, but I did. And I think it's a way for my poems, my poetry, and the essays, my thoughts. It's a way that my readers can get to know me. They can see what type of person I am.
It's pretty brave to be vulnerable like that.
It's scary, but like I said, we all go through things, and then sometimes we just want to keep it to ourselves. But then when you share it with someone and realize that that person has gone through the same thing that you went through, you can ask that person, well, how did you get through it? What did you do to get through it? You know, what helps you? So it might help me, you know? So it's like a way to help somebody else. Like, hey, look, you're not the only one who's going through this. I went through this, and this is how I dealt with it. It might not work for you, but you can take something out of it. You can get something out of it.
Absolutely. Well, Arnitri, a lot of the songs that we hear, I've been hearing from back in the days till now, you know, are real life situations, a lot of them. Because I remember when me and Marv used to write, I know from my standpoint, I wrote about life, what was happening. And I'm sure Marv did the same. We came together and we, you know, we put it, yeah, but regardless, whatever was going on with us, you know, we wrote about it. So it was real. You know, and there's a lot of people out there who do that, especially when it comes from writing. We don't normally make things up. We normally write about experiences. A lot of us do.
Yeah. Some people do. You know what? It's funny because the love poems that I used to write, I used to keep them in notebooks. And I remember, you know, guys would go through, you know, can I get a piece of paper or whatever, and go through a folder and find a poem, would actually want to keep the poem. So it's like, you want to keep this? Okay, let me write my name on it so your girlfriend then won't think that you wrote it. But also, my mom, she's like my biggest fan, my biggest supporter. She would tell people about the poems that I would write, and people would actually ask me to write poems for them. So I also wrote poems for people. I did it for weddings. I would, you know, write them out, put them in a frame it as a gift, and just write, you know, write for other people. So
yeah, that's great. You know, wonderful. Let me say my piece, and then I'll let them guys say their piece. Well, you know, we would like to thank you for sharing your experience with us and, you know, with our audience, you know. So I want to thank you for being here and interviewing with us. Remember, here at Founding Players, it's about uplifting each other, and together, teamwork makes the dream work. So we appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Anitris, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. You know, it's a pleasure. We hopefully we did a nice redemption, and you know, we were able to get your product out and able to have a really good discussion. So again, you know, I appreciate you. You know, I love you. Just thank you so much for coming out and joining us on this platform.
Thank you for having me.
Definitely. I'm a second and I'm a third that. It was great having you on, and I know I had a lot of questions, but you know, you're an intriguing.
No, I talked last week.
I know, but I had to type those out. You know what I mean? So now I got the
I couldn't keep up. Damn.
Yeah, but you see, I mean, this is the thing. And I know you dealt with Evan before, but this is Evan 24/7. Like, this is just nonstop. This is the way he is. Like there's no like on screen or off screen. Like, what you see is what you get. 110% all in all the time. That's what we love about high energy.
I like that energy.
So, right. So, listen, I just wanted to thank you for being here and, you know, really just sharing some of your knowledge, some of your expertise, and just opening up to our audience. And, you know, in terms of what we're doing here with Founding Players, I mean, you definitely speak to that, speaking to our audience. And what I'd like our audience to do is go support, you know what I mean, and go buy that, go cop that Dream Teeny 2 Pieces of Me and Simply Me. And you guys can do that right now.
Yes, you have to do it right now. All available on Amazon.
Absolutely.
If you have an iPhone, pull up Dream Teeny 2 is in the iTunes bookstore. Kobo, where else is it? Yeah, Barnes & Noble's Nook.
What is the capital?
In other words, no excuses. No excuses.
And when you make that, go ahead and post that picture on her IG showing that you purchased the book. Bam.
Yes, tag me.
There you go.
There you go. Also, I'm working on another book, which I think I will be releasing next month. I need 2 pictures to go inside of the book. This next book is called The Tales of Kayla and KK. No.
I don't look like a Kayla or a KK. I guess I'm out the picture.
It's a bunch of short stories, and this is, okay, so how can I best describe this? All right. Kayla is the person, KK is the vajayjay. So when you read the short stories, there's either going to be from Kayla's perspective, or they're going to be from KK's perspective.
Gotcha.
So every time there's an episode, there's 2 sides of the story, but these 2 sides of the story is not a his and her, it's a her and her side.
So she's thinking with her head, or she's thinking. Gotcha. We need to do the flip side of that with Jimmy and John.
Why did you stutter again?
We need to do the flip side with Jimmy and John, you know?
But yeah, so that's the next book coming up.
Anitra, do me a favor. Can you put the name of your 4 books in the chat?
Yep, I'm doing it now. But yeah, so Tales of Kayla and KK will be out sometime in September.
Nice.
Okay, great. Hey, Ed, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us, Edwin Bellevue.
And I think over the next couple of weeks, we're gonna have some information on how to support our movement, what we're doing. I know Evan and Savannah are working behind the scenes to get some things set up. So we'll have some exciting news coming here in the next couple of days or weeks or soon.
Yes, sir.
So, Savannah, is there anything else you need to do?
No, I'm just
Evan, you have any more questions?
You don't want to ask that.
Evan Jones got a question.
Hey, it's 9:05.
No, I'm trying to be respectful of the time. We're really trying to keep everything under an hour. As interesting as the conversation is, we just want to really be respectful of everyone's time, our audience, our guests, and just really try to make sure. So what we can do, though, if you really want to, get into it, we can do part 2, part 3, part 4, in terms of the questions, and then we can take it from there. But no, we'll definitely have to have you back once you get that next book out. At the end of September, we got to have you come back, do a book promo, talk about. And we can kind of take it from there, and we'll do a marketing push for you as well. So it'll be good.
I would love it.
And Anitra, I'd like to invite you back. We have various nights where we do just various speaking topics, just talking about a number of different things. And I think if you'd like, we'd like to have you to come in one day to just have a woman's perspective. I think that would be pretty valuable to our group.
Hey, yeah. Let me know. Don't let me know at the last.
We'll let you know.
Let me know.
And with that being said, I actually lost it. Just went out the door.
Find it, man.
Trying to find it. Oh man, you know what? It came and left again. Wow, I'm getting there.
Wow.
Yeah. It came and left. I remembered it and it just went back. Right where it came from. It's crazy. But yeah, thank you for being here. Appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
You are welcome.
I appreciate you guys.
Well, see you soon.
I know.
Savan, what do we have coming up?
Oh, hold on. I remember what I was going to say now, so might as well get it out. I was going to say that being that you've been on our show and you know what we're about, we would like for you to share us with whoever you know, because you never know who you reach out to and who may help you along. Never know who's watching. So every person matters. So If it's 2 people, 3 people, your closest friends, share our platform with them so they can know about Founding Players.
Will do, will do, will do.
That's why together, teamwork makes the dream work. One hand washes the other.
So Evan, do we have any, Savon, do we have anything coming up this week or any other, what else do we have on the agenda for this week?
Well, we have the game show. I mean, we spoke about just doing, this twice a week. So we have our game show on on Sunday nights at, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. And then we have the interviews on Wednesday nights. And as you mentioned, that is, if we get into, discussion, sometimes we like to come on a Friday night and have these discussions, that's very meaningful to all of us. I personally would love to keep those going, maybe not every Friday, but maybe every other Friday. That's something for us to consider. But as it stands right now, 2 nights a week with a possibility of maybe every other Friday.
Okay. So Demetrius, we'll let you know when we do that Friday roundtable.
Okay.
We'll let you know, and hopefully you'll be able to fit us into your schedule. All right. But other than that,
I won't be on my schedule.
I appreciate it. I'm glad you don't forget the little people.
Of course not.
She's still ain't putting you in the books, though. She still ain't putting you in the books.
Listen, that's all right. Whenever I call, as long as she answers, I'm good.
I told you, if there's a character in the future book where, if he's a running partner, ice cream, they cook, they watch wrestling.
Right. That's me. There you go. All right, people. Well, thank you for joining us. It's been another great interview, and we'll talk to you soon.
Good night, everyone. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like all our videos, and turn on your notifications so you know when we're on. Appreciate it.
Amazon.com, Green Teeny 2 pieces of meat and Simply Me, available there.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Savon. The name of the organization came from 6 founding players of the Savon's Academy Stars basketball program. Savon's Academy was created to use basketball, developing winners on and off the basketball court. These 6 founding players were the foundation of SAS. We want to pay respect to these players as their lives continue after basketball. So what better opportunity than to stay involved in these players' and parents' lives for a lifetime? So we are proud to call the organization Founding Players and to educate others by teaching financial literacy. Want to win some credit for your phone? Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe so you can be notified. Come play Family Feud. Join us on YouTube. Thank you for your subscription to our YouTube channel.
Let's go. You better move. That was before I had internet. Ooh, you better move. 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 Louis my shoes. Pull out my whip on 22. I saw your girl. I had to scoop. Just like a bird. She gonna swoop. Naked tattoo. Might catch the flu. Banana clip. Straight from the shoe. I'm like, Mother Goose. If I say shoot, they gonna shoot. No, I'm not sweet. I just got flavor. Don't need no water to mix up this juice. They say why your chain it look like a choker. That's for the slaves that had to wear the noose. No, you can't cuff me, baby, let me loose. The way that I live, baby, that's a rule. Magic closet, it came with a rule. Roll moving 8 bars, not no fool. If you ask me his name, then I don't have a clue.
Will I see you at the show tonight?
Blue Royal, prepare suits you.
Trophy, whoa, set goals, execute the plan, whoa, marathon, I made sure I ran, whoa, very grown, but I stay Peter Pan, whoa, anywhere I go, yeah.
Left hand. Where's my Ki, Kaden? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I want to hear a lot of Ki, Xavier. She. Go. Come on, Chloe. You loud. You. Yeah, man. Hey, notice. Taking a vacation? Book at Shands Manor. Excellent location in Ligony, off of Ligony Avenue, Kingston, St. Andrews Parish, Jamaica, right by the Ligony Mall, in the heart of Kingston. Again, in the heart of Kingston. Shands Manor. Thank you, Shan, for your sponsorship to Fountain Players.
My name is Imani Jones. I'm the founder of FYID NYC. We're curating the show today for Khan.
Hi, my name is Edwin Bellevue, representing for Khan. Furkan is a French Creole dialect meaning to be fresh. We turned that word into be fresh and cool. Our slogan is fresh style, fresh attitude. Your style is what you put towards your clothes, and the attitude is what you put towards your clothes as well. And this is what we represent.
Claire Financial and Tax Services. Tax and accounting service that will have the IRS pay you. Anna Vane Marius, 561-503-1751. Website, www.claireftservices.com. Email annavane.marius@claireftservices.com. Address, 2328 10th Avenue North, Suite 501D, Lake Worth, Florida, 33461. Thank you for your sponsorship to Fountain Players. Lou Banks, CEO. Website, battlingtrafficking.org. Email, mysafehaven55@gmail.com. Phone number, 248-251-5924. Address, 11111 Whittier Street, Detroit, Michigan, 48224. Lou Banks, thank you for your sponsorship for Fountain Players.
Big shout out to Coach Chad. Chad used to play for me when I started the program. He's one of our Fountain Players now. He came back, he's coaching. So I'm proud of that. Down 10, I believe.
Welcome, Marvin St. Cyr and BU and Edwin Bellevue, man. We've been best friends for years, bro. Appreciate having you.
St. Cyr Dojo serves children from ages 3 to adult. Bushican not only strives to build an excellent martial arts community, but also aims to help develop productive community members by teaching patience, discipline, self-control, and respect. The classes are challenging and fun.
But we tried a different martial art and he just didn't like it.
Sensei makes it fun, but still training, so everyone has a good time, but we still want to
teaching a classical style for the modern day world. Students develop the strength to handle adversity and the confidence to walk away from conflict when needed. Bushikin Karate St. Cyr Dojo provides a family atmosphere and flexible schedules, all in an exciting atmosphere. Call or visit online and get started now.
Make it in business, you need that support system and you need the right people around you. Those positive people, those people that are always encouraging you, the people that believe in you. Negativity is only gonna bring you down in any business you're doing. And you also need to believe in yourself. In everything that you're doing, you have to believe in yourself. And you have to be able to handle going through the storm. Because in every single business, there's some hurricanes, there's some tornadoes, there's some earthquakes, but you just get back up. You just get back up. It's all life. So, but that's pretty much it.
Okay, answer that one question I put in there. And 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Y'all watch this.
It's amazing to see, September we're selling out the stores. To sell out in November, Thanksgiving, sold out. We had people hitting our Instagram, saying, hey, I went to the store in Manhattan, it was like Christmas, it was sold out.
You have a goal in your mind, and once you're on a mission, there's nothing out there that you can allow to come in your way, and relationships will suffer from it, but your loved ones will stick by you because they know the sacrifices and they understand the sacrifices that you're making to achieve your goals. These are the sacrifices and the things that you're sacrificing to achieve your goal, right?
Sunset, man lit, full of shots and style, it a drip. My clothes, my things, it fit, it lit, full of flavor like oxtail gravy. Man saucy like curry goat gravy. Man fresh to death, no champagne baby. Yellow drip like a rainy, full of flavor like oxtail gravy. Man saucy like curry goat gravy. Man fresh to death, no champagne baby. Yellow drip like a rainy. Black lives matter. No justice, no peace, no racist, police. Victims and them a treat we like a felon. Trayvon Martin, him never have a gun. Unity say them a treat we like a peasant. The system racist like Trump. Black lives matter, so tell the police that George lives matter. Eric Gardiner, come on, Ray, we're all murdered. Breaking news, police are killing youth because of color and it's no good. Breaking news, police them up to no good. Black lives matter. Breaking news, police are killing youth because of color and it's no good. Breaking news, police them up to no good. Black people make we farm and join together. Stand up for each other, fight the fight like Mayweather. Brother, sister, use your vote and make it better. Revolutionary like Nelson Mandela. Black lives.
You know, it was amazing to see, September was selling out in stores. You know, the sellout in November, Thanksgiving, sold out. We had people hitting our Instagram, saying, hey, I went to the store in Manhattan. It was like Christmas, it was sold out. at the show tonight.
Let's go. You better move. You better move. Oh, 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 you better move. 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 Louis my shoes. Pull out my whip on 22. I saw your girl. I had to scoop. Just like a bird. She gonna swoop. Naked I chew. Might get the flu. Banana clip. Straight from the shoe. I'm like, Mother Goose. If I say shoot, they gonna shoot. No, I'm not sweet. I just got flavor. Don't need no water to mix up this juice. They say why your chain it look like a choker. That's for the slave that had to wear the noose. No, you can't cuff me, baby, let me loose. The way that I live, baby, that's a rule. Magic closet, it came with a pool. One movie, 8 bars, not no fool. If you ask me his name, then you don't have to prove.
Today is like, do you really need that 9 to 5? And today's guest is Andrew Fennell. How you doing, Andrew?
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
Very good. So Andrew is a photographer. I could say, should I say celebrity photographer?
Yeah, I really hate that term, but sure. I'm a photographer, creative director. I do a lot of design work for labels. So that's, I guess, where the celebrity comes in. I work with a lot of artists for different labels.
How long have you been in?
Yeah. I always say that I've been shooting for about 10 years because I was playing around with it before. But full time, it's been about 8 years full time.
Today is like, do you really need that 9 to 5? And today's guest is Andrew Fennell. How you doing, Andrew?
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
Very good. So Andrew is a photographer. I could say, should I say celebrity photographer?
Yeah, I really hate that term, but sure. I'm a photographer, creative director. I do a lot of design work for labels. So that's, I guess, where the celebrity comes in. I work with a lot of artists for different labels.
How long have you been in?
Yeah. I always say that I've been shooting for about 10 years because I was playing around with it before. But full time, it's been about 8 years full time.
Big shout out to Coach Chad. Chad used to play for me when I started the program. He's one of our founding players now. He came back, he's coaching. So I'm proud of that. Good shot, boy. Down 10, I believe. Shout out to Coach Chad. Chad used to play for me when I started the program. He's one of our founding players now. He came back, he's coaching. So I'm proud of that. Good shot, boy. Down 10, I believe.
big shout.